here, I'm going to do my intercooler and my tubing, all securely mounted. They're not damaged. All the clips are present, secure. While I'm here, I'm going to do my air governor. My air compressor. That's securely mounted. That's no audible leaks. Governor, securely mounted, not damaged. Coming on back while I'm up under here, I'm a water pump, securely mounted, not leaking. Water pump is right up under here. Yeah, just securely mounted, not leaking.
So this is air compressor.
Yeah, air compressor on this engine. Some of the engines are sitting to the back where you can't see it.
Okay.
All right, but on these you can. All right, we go inside out. Inside out. All right, here we have our coolant reservoir, securely mounted, adequate amount of coolant. Caps are secure and they are tight. Okay, working my way out. Of course, first thing I do when I teach it is always have them check the oil first. You'll be surprised how many people start pre-tripping and forget to check the oil. All right, so you want to check that oil. Working my way out. Dipstick, check the oil here. Filler tube, securely mounted, not leaking. So inside out, my frame. My frame is secure, not cracked, not bent, no legal welds, no shiny metal, which will indicate missing nuts or bolts. All right? Up under there, my frame, there, I have my leaf springs. Securely mounted with my hanger in front, my shackle in the back. All right, leaf springs themselves. Now cracked, broken, shifted, missing. I have my U bolts securely mounted, not missing any of the 4 nuts. All right. I have my shock absorber securely mounted, top in the bottom, it's not damaged or leaking. All right, coming on out. I have my power steering reservoir. I can see through it. I have an adequate amount of fluid. It's securely mounted, caps, it's not leaking. I have my fuel water separator, securely mounted, not leaking. Doesn't need to be changed out. If it got up to 25, we would take it and have it changed out. Okay. Here I have my steering shaft, view joints, going into my gearbox, to my pitman arm, to my drag link, to my upper lower steering arm, knuckles, connected to my tie rod. All are securely mounted, not damaged. Castle nut cotter pins are present. Okay. Coming on out. Here I have my brake lines and hoses, all securely mounted, not leaking or damaged. Going to my brake chamber. Brake chamber securely mounted, not damaged. C-clamp is present and secure around the brake chamber. All right, slack adjuster and push rod. If I pull on it, no more than 1 inch play on there. All right, going into my inner rim. Not cracked, bent, dented, no illegal welds. Going into my brake drum, it's not cracked or damaged. It's dry. My brake lining or shoes, at least a 1/4 inch lining, they're not cracked or damaged and also dry. All right. Coming on out here, I have my air dryer securely mounted, and they have been putting the air governor on these. It's on the newer ones. Okay. Securely mounted, no audible leaks. Going to my inner and outer walls on my tires. No abrasion, bubble, bruises, or cuts. My inflation is apparently 90 psi. I say apparent because I don't have a gauge. Condition where my tread is evenly worn. And then I have my depth at least for 30 seconds. All right. Good bead seal on my rim. Metal valve stem cap is present. All my lug nuts are present and tight. My hub seal securely mounted, not leaking. All right. Any questions about that? Okay, this is where we got to be.
Okay, what about the water? The
Fan?
air compressor and the water pump. It's a belt driven or this is a gear driven, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what about the water pump? Is it gear driven or a belt driven?
Yeah, this is belt
belt
And
trim.
I didn't mention, yeah. Here you have your fan blade.
Hand blades.
Yep, it's not cracked, damaged, or missing any of the blades. Then your radiator securely mounted, not leaking. Fan shroud securely mounted, not damaged. All right. And here you can actually see you have your air intake and your air filter. All right. Okay. So in your pre-week, did they go through this like this with you all? Because this is what you're supposed to do every day for at least an hour and a half. Did they do that?
Yes.
Okay. Go to the other side. Like I said, I don't expect anybody to be perfect, but we got to get at least 90% on this stuff. All right. Just mention the stuff that's not on the other side. You have your air intake, your air filter, air restrictor gauge, upper radiator hole securely mounted. Here you have your, what's that?
AC dryer.
AC dryer. What we have here,
That's my AC compressor.
AC compressor. What about your belts? If you were to push on your belts,
3/4 inch dryer.
no more
Or
than
than that.
okay, and it's not. We're supposed to say about the belt. The belt
The belt
itself.
is not cracked or loose.
Frayed. Okay.
Frayed
All
or-
right. Okay. All right. Coming on down. Lower radiator hose, securely mounted, not leaking. Inner tube or intercooler and tubing going into your turbo, going to your exhaust, all securely mounted, not damaged, no soot, which would indicate hole. Frame on this side, leaf springs on this side. Yep, alternator. Yep, leaf springs, everything on this side. Set on that side. Yep. So where do you think you all have, if you have any weaknesses under this hood?
The motor.
Okay. All right. So you have your pictures, right? You have pictures of this. Okay. Now, the best way to study that is you have your pictures and you have your pre and post trip job aid that you said you have, right? Look through that, pick a part, and look at that and see what you have to say about that part. You know, you have to do that over and over and over in order to get that. You know, you see the water pump. Okay, flip through water pump. Securely mounted, not leaking. That's what you got to say about it. Then you look at the brakes. Okay, what do I need to say about the brakes? The brake chamber, brake lining, you know, everything that you need to say about it. And that's the way you have to study. But like I told you on the first day, you have to put in the effort away from that class in order to do that. Right? Because you have to do it by memory. Yep, you have to. And the only way to do that is even sometimes if you get flashcards. You know, you write down water pump and then what you have to say about it. You know, so you got to find a way that's going to help you remember that stuff. Because not only do you have to do it 90% with me, when you go do your state exam, everything is done on point systems. If you come to water pump and you say everything that they don't want to hear, you can say 100 words. And if you don't say what they're trying to, what you need to say about it, you're not going to get any points. And the whole thing is done by points. Is that correct, Shelley? Here? Or how do you?
Illinois doesn't do the points.
They don't do what they do.
They just go by the parts.
I mean, but if you just got to mention the part, you don't have to say anything about it.
Well, no, yeah, you'll have to
If
say
it's
you have to mention
leaking,
the part
it's-
and what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you don't say that,
Yeah,
you don't get
there's
any.
keywords for each part.
Yeah, if you don't say that, then you don't get the points or
Yeah.
whatever for it. So, and that's pretty much the way it is every state. So I've got a couple different states things at home that they want to see, what they want you to say about it. So that's something that you have to spend a little time with away from here. So this part is the most difficult, is the most time consuming. The walk-arounds are, it's something that you can learn quickly. But this under the hood is the beast of things. But you have all your tools that you need, in order to get to that point. Like I said, I don't expect you to be perfect like that first day or even the first week. If we're doing good on backing, we can take the extra time in the morning before we go out on the road or before we back and let you practice this pre-trip. All right, it's always a truck here. So if you want to pop the hood and look under one, nobody gonna say you can't do it. But some people pick it up quicker than others. Some people have to come up with a different study habit. Whatever you need. If you need something from myself or Shelly, I train everybody. I want everybody to pass. All right, so I do my part by helping on what I can help you all with. Sometimes people will, well, can I come study with you, or can I don't get paid to do this, but if somebody needs to pass, I try to come up something with where I can help you with that. All right, but you have to get this under the hood stuff. All right, let's go ahead and close the hood. Anybody check the oil already?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, let's go ahead and shut it.